Alright friends, this is fourth capsule on debit card breach. Recently, all of you are well aware that some fraudulent transactions occurred in debit cards. The information was stolen because of malware, and subsequently money was withdrawn from some debit cards from distant destinations like China as well as United States of America. And we would like to throw some light on this debit card data breach. And total data breach occurred for the debit cards pertaining to 19 banks, and totally 32 lakh debit cards were affected, or 3.2 million. And please don't forget, India has got more than 70 crore debit cards, and total number of complaints received are 641, and almost 1.3 crore rupees money was withdrawn fraudulently by using this information. And the irony is, almost it took 6 weeks to officially acknowledge the fraudulent transactions. Please look into this slide. These are examples of debit cards and how the breach occurred. This breach occurred because of a malware. Here, Hitachi Payment Services Private Limited maintains certain ATMs as well as point of sale terminals. Hitachi Payment Services Private Limited maintains some of the ATMs as well as point of sale terminals in the country. Point of sale terminal, please look into this slide. One side ATM center, the other side point of sale terminal. In point of sale terminals, we use cards, we swipe the card to pay transactions pertaining to some purchases, and this Hitachi Payment Services Private Limited is maintaining some ATMs as well as point of sale terminals, and some malware was infiltrated into ATMs and point of sale terminals. And here the persons whoever used these cards at these terminals or ATMs suffered badly because the data of these debit cards was stolen because of malware. And already forensic audit is in progress and preliminary findings are expected soon. And let us throw some light on different types of frauds in internet banking as well as plastic cards like debit cards, credit cards. First type is skimming. What is the meaning of skimming? Skimming means an instrument is installed which is known as a skimmer. A skimmer is installed in ATMs and it copies the data from magnetic stripe cards. There are two types of cards. One is magnetic stripe cards. Please look into this slide. These are magnetic stripe cards. Here, magnetic stripe will be there. It is very easy to copy the information, and these are chip-based cards. And here it is not that easy to steal the information, and skimmers basically copy the information from magnetic stripe cards. And in ATMs, these skimmers are installed, and these skimmers steal the information from magnetic stripe cards. And at the same time, secret cameras are also being installed, and these secret cameras will record the 4-digit PIN number, and as the skimmer copy the information on debit card, that is magnetic stripe card, subsequently by using that information a duplicate card or clone can be developed with the same information, and subsequently that duplicate card can be used because PIN is also known to them because of secret camera. And this is the normal way of a fraud taking place in magnetic stripe cards. And Reserve Bank of India recently gave instructions to replace all the magnetic stripe cards with the chip-based cards. The second one is keypad jamming. Deliberately, some functions of keypad in ATMs like confirm, cancel buttons are jammed deliberately. And normally what the customers will do? Customers, after typing the PIN numbers, after pressing the PIN numbers, then they will press confirm. because of a deliberate jamming of this confirm button, then the customer will leave the ATM center and subsequently this fraudsters will enter the ATM center and they will do the transaction within 20 to 30 seconds. And this is the keypad jamming. Third one is the phishing. All of you are well aware, for internet banking, password and username. Sometimes you get fictitious mails reportedly from the so-called reputed companies. You got $1 billion lottery, you got $1 million lottery, and you got some award from some reputed company. Like that, they will try to elicit information that is phishing, right? The fourth one is through malware into the payment systems. And malware, you may ask what is meant by malware. Malware is harmful software used to capture the information, and it include viruses or other programs that damage the systems at ATMs or bank servers, and it allows fraudsters to access confidential debit card data. Here, by swiping the card at the compromised ATM, the data on the card will be transmitted to the fraudsters. And in the instant case, malware was used in Hitachi Payment Services Private Limited maintained ATMs and point of sale terminals. Right friends, so these are different ways of doing frauds in online banking, that is through internet banking, as well as when we are using plastic cards at point of sale terminals as well as ATMs, right? So what are the precautions to be taken? Change debit card PIN as frequently as possible. That is one option. The second one is, for the time being, some of the bank's ATMs are affected. That's why for the time being, confine the usage to the ATMs of your parent bank and do not share the PIN. Keep it secret always, and do not give the debit card PIN to anyone over telephone. And if you inform the fraudulent transaction within 3 days of receiving the communication, then the card holder will not be liable for the breach. That means if some stealing occurred from your card, then you have to intimate the bank officials within 3 days. Then the responsibility lies with the bank. And what is present state of affairs in India or action plan required? One fundamental point is India is inching towards a cashless economy, and digital illiteracy is also high in the rural hinterland, and these type of incidences will create fear psychosis in the minds of the rural people. That is very, very important, because we are planning to switch over to digital economy in the near future. Not only that, we are trying to introduce a direct benefit transfer for most of the transactions, and under these circumstances, this creates fear psychosis among the rural people, and they will fear switch over to cashless economy or digital economy. And the other important aspect is, unless the proper steps are taken to prevent such frauds, then what will happen? The government's ambitious plan of Digital India will be affected. And the other important aspect is, criminals are using more and more sophisticated tools to access computer systems, and a comprehensive policy is required in the country to take on cyber crimes. Then the fourth point is, Reserve Bank of India in association with NPCI. NPCI is National Payments Corporation of India. It is the nodal authority as far as digital transactions are concerned, and Reserve Bank of India in consultation with NPCI should devise a meticulous plan to counter cyber crimes. And the culture of outsourcing plastic cards such as debit cards, credit cards by banks is making the operation of the fraudsters much and much easier. And banks should take extra care to counter the menace of cyber crimes, and especially they should be very much cautious when they are outsourcing certain aspects. Right friends? So comprehensive policy is to be devised. Otherwise, if fear psychosis goes into the minds of the people, then it will badly affect the goal of the government for Digital India. Right friends, with this let us conclude debit card breach. Have a nice day. Thank you.